keep my head in the clouds, and they ain't bringing me down. It's only making me stronger.
Hey there guys, it's me Tali and I'm back and this is my makeup diary, and today I've got for you guys a cut crease smoky eye to keep cutting them. So if you want to see how cutting them, then they posted for the video, guys.
So I'm gonna try harder.
We make that room shake when that bass wobbles. Screw face like it tastes horrible. Swear down in this game for real. When you make them deals, then them haters follow you. Sticking with the same old plan. Listen, I ain't dishing out the same old hand. How me gonna blow it?
Hey there guys, if you hear squeaky chair, it's because my chair is actually squeaky. I need to get a new one, but we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that one baby step at a time. I'm using my Manhattan Only Baby Button palette. I'm gonna take the orange color. And I'm just going to put this up here. So yeah, I basically just wanted to do a chit chat with you guys because I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something that has been all over my TL the last few weeks. And it is really taking social media in London by storm. And especially people in my cohort, my age group and whatnot. And that's Backchat London. I didn't plan to come on here and make a video dedicated to talking about it, but I was watching it today, and I was thinking like, yo, this shit's getting stupid. Like, they're on like their 5th episode by the time I film this, and it's basically, if you haven't seen it, it's basically a panel of young people in London, and they're basically just talking about different topics to do with society and marriage and relationships and dating and all these interesting types of things. So what I would say is, a lot of the topics, yeah, some may say they're controversial in it, but a lot of these topics would not become issues in relationships if people just spoke about these things before they entered a relationship with people. I'm also going to take the brown from this palette. Guys, see when this brown is done, yeah, I'm going to be so sad. I haven't seen this palette in Poundland for a while. So I'm just going to put that brown underneath that orange. And I'm using a big MAC 224 blending brush because, why do I like it? Yeah, I like the way it blends the colours and diffuses them into one another. So yeah, as I was saying about Backchat London. So yeah, some of the things they've been discussing are like, whoa. Like, these things aren't problems if you discuss them before you enter a relationship with somebody. You now have an issue if you've entered a relationship with someone, you really, really like them, and you start bringing up things like, oh yeah, I plan to get plastic surgery, and stuff like that. That was one of the topics in it. So you're in a pickle if you haven't told a guy when you guys start dating that you've had plastic surgery or that you plan to have plastic surgery, and then all of a sudden he's bare outraged. You're gonna be in a bit of a pickle. That's something you want to discuss with somebody early on in a relationship, because a lot of people have strong opinions about that kind of stuff, and I don't understand why, because maybe this is just my personality, but I'm a whatever floats your boat kind of person. I don't really have strong opinions on things that don't affect me. So to have a really strong opinion about whether somebody should or should not have plastic surgery, I just don't really feel like that's my place. I never really felt like that. I don't know, maybe it's the way I've been raised. My mum taught me to just mind my own business. I'm really not that interested in commenting on other people's. If your body looks good, what can I say? What can I say? If it looks good, what can I really say? And one of the girls on there, I'm taking this eyeshadow by MUA, and it's in the color, it's in shade 20, and it's a matte eyeshadow. It's basically like a really dark grey, and dark grey is good if you're scared of black for smoky eyes. That's why I'm using this. And this eyeshadow is £1 from Superdrug. We're gonna fire up the engines, guys. Woo! Yeah, so I'm gonna take that and blend that on the outer corner here. I was gonna use tape for this tutorial, but I might just end up cleaning it up. That's just not my personality. I don't really feel that's my place. If you want to get surgery done, do you, boo, innit? As long as you're not my child, what can I say? A lot of the guys had really strong opinions on it. I was just like, why do you not care so much? It's none of your business, really. And if the person don't want to tell you, then they don't want to tell you. Do you know what I mean? No, they're not going to say to you on the first date, oh yeah, right, mad thing, I got my bum done, it's mad, innit? Do you like it? Like, they're not gonna do that. Like, people aren't gonna do that. That's a level of trust, especially when you know that people out here just have unnecessarily strong opinions and it really doesn't affect their life whatsoever. But today's topic was, if a guy gets down on one knee, he proposes to a girl and she says no, is the relationship over? I don't know, initially I was thinking it depends on why she said no, innit? Like, obviously she has her reason. If her reason is something that you guys can work on, then I don't see why the relationship would be over. But Lucas was saying, like, obviously he was talking all his manly pride talks, and it's quite funny because he feels the need to accentuate to people that he's a man all the time. Like, he's a man, you know, I'm a man and I do this and I do that. Like, we know you're a man. It's like we can see you're a man in it. You're a good looking guy as well. Like, we can see you're a man in it. It's cool, innit? I got you. You're a man, innit? He was saying, like, obviously if he's taken his time and he's like set his pride aside and he's like overcome all his fears and whatever, and he's gone through and he's in front of all his family, the people he cares about the most, his friends and that, and he's come to propose to you. Okay, yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so Luke was saying, obviously, if he's gone through all of that, he's prepared it, he's planned it, he feels like it's time, you know, they're at that stage in the relationship, he's thinking like, right, nah, this is the girl, innit? Like, boom, he's proposed to you in front of everybody, and you say no, it's a mad thing, and you don't feel like he's gonna come back from that. Like, and I hear that would be a proper knock to your ego. That's like someone just went bow in the middle of your chest to your ego, innit? Like, I hear that. However, if girl's not ready, like, what, you gonna force her? Like, what, she must say yeah because what? I don't understand. Like, you can't expect people to always be ready when you are, because that's just not how life works, unfortunately. Like, everybody has their own pace at working at stuff, and just because the man may think he's ready and he's ready to lead his wife to be into marriage, if she don't feel like she's ready, then y'all gonna have some issues in your relationship. And if you guys aren't on the same page from the get-go, like, you're definitely gonna have some problems. Like, how can you both be in this relationship? You're meant to be like all like, you know, on each other's wavelength, and one of you's like, yeah, we're getting married, I'm proposing, I'm ready to get married, and the other one's like, no, not yet, I'm not ready. How did you get to that stage? It's a lack in communication. Like, I call them ships, innit? And that be like friendships, relationships with family, with loved ones, with other halves. Ships cannot float without trust and communication. Like, that is if you don't have trust and communication, and a lot of other stuff too, but they're the main things. If you don't have trust and communication, your ship is going to sink. That will be with your mum, your dad, your boyfriend, your cousin. Like, the ship's gonna sink. It's not sailing anywhere smoothly. The waters are gonna be choppy. Something's gonna throw things off, because you need to be able to communicate well with the other person, and you need to be able to trust them. Interesting point that I think Esther said was that obviously she wouldn't show up her man, and obviously that's her man. That's her man, she loves him. She's not going to say no in front of everyone. But obviously behind closed doors, that would be a conversation that would be had, innit? And I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to lie, that's probably be the wave I would jump on. Like, how you show man up? He's got everybody out here. He's doing the most for you. He's going to propose to you. And then, like, because you're not really on it, you're like, nah, man. Nah. Like, what, you now going to explain to everybody in front of everyone why you said no, or you just say yeah and then go and have a private conversation. I think that one works better. And another thing that I thought was like, that would solve this whole problem. I thought this would have solved the whole problem. I'm going to take the black shade out of my Parental Advisory palette from I Heart Makeup. But yeah, something that I thought would have solved this whole problem, yeah, is you say yeah, and then you just have a long engagement. I've seen people do that. There are people in my family who are they've been engaged since I was a baby. Ain't no marriage coming there. They ain't getting married. You just stay engaged. You just be about that engagement life. Like, if you're not ready to get married, and he's bet on it, just be about that engagement life, honey. Like, because he's not going to plan a wedding without you. Engagements can be long, you know, like, it's really not by force to get married straight away after. And if you're not ready to get married, does that mean you're not ready to be engaged? Because I don't really see anything different, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments here. I don't see a big difference between two people who have been in a committed relationship, like they're like fully on this thing together, and two people who, like a long term as well, like a long term committed relationship, and two people who are engaged. What is the difference? The paperwork doesn't even change when you get engaged. Like, I feel like engagement only matters to Nigerians because they have a big engagement party. I don't really know anybody else. Like, I don't know what changed. Like, obviously I'm not engaged in it, so I can't be out here screaming like I know from experience. But I just feel like, what actually changes? Just have a long drawn out engagement until you think you're ready in it. Like, that, to me, that just seems like a problem solver. So you haven't embarrassed him. He doesn't think you don't want to marry him. Obviously, if you don't want to marry him, you should tell him. But, like, he doesn't think you don't want to marry him. Everybody's happy at the end of the day. I feel like as women, it's our job to find ways to make everyone happy. Unless we're deeply, deeply unhappy. And the only way you would be deeply, deeply unhappy with a man that's just asked you to marry him is if you don't want to marry him. That's the only reason I can think you will be so deeply unhappy. Like, obviously you're not on it, innit? And if you're not on it, you should really tell Donnie. Okay, so I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the colour Cool Tan. I'm just going to squirt a little bit of that onto the back of my hand. Yeah, man, it was very interesting. Oh, damn, wrong brush. I'm going to regret that because I'm going to need to use that brush. Not concentrating. This is why I don't talk while I'm filming, guys, because I'm a chatty patty and I don't know how to concentrate when I'm talking so much. Guys, I want to know if any of you guys have watched Backchat London, what you think about it. Do you guys like it, or do you think it's bullshit? Some people think it's bullshit. I don't think it's as deep as a lot of people are making it. Okay, I think I'm using a shitty brush to cut this crease, because I shouldn't be struggling that much. Just use a smaller brush. I'm using a Revolution E101. Only thing I don't like about this brush is, when this brush is done and dusted and it's not really trying to support the cause anymore, I don't know where I'm going to get another one, because I haven't seen this brush on the Makeup Revolution website. And I got it with the Christmas collection shenanigans that I got last year. I wanted this crease to be so precise. My eyelids are just not like supporting the cause. Why are my eyelids so soft? When I see other people doing this, they literally just go and cut their crease. Like, mine's just not on it. Let's go up here and see what happens. This is the first time I've done a cut crease since my orange cut crease tutorial, which I liked. No, it's my first time doing a cut crease. It wasn't terrible, but you know, there's obviously room for improvement. I feel like things like this are easier on other people because I struggle with my eyes because I can only see out of one eye. So this eye is, I'm struggling with this one. I'm just thinking, what's the other friggin' eye gonna be like? Because I can't close that eye or else I won't be able to see. Why is it got like a point at the top? Guys, I'm struggling. And you know what's gonna be tricky? Getting these bad boys symmetrical. This is almost as hard as eyeliner, guys. Yeah, this eyeshadow look is definitely not for beginners. We're just going to throw that out there right now. This eye is completely different shape. Like, this side looks nice already. I really don't like the way this one looks. I'm going to take this MUA eyeshadow in shade 3. And this is a pearl finish eyeshadow. Mine are all broken up because you just shouldn't travel with single eyeshadows. That's what I've learned. Don't travel with single eyeshadows. Just don't do it. Just don't do it, you know. And this is like a gunmetal grey colour. So I thought this one was pretty. Right here. Right here. Yeah, also, I feel like the opinions of some of these people on Backchat London are very silly. Like, I just don't understand where some... Well, no, I understand because obviously I'm listening, innit? But, like, I just don't get it, like, and I don't get why so many people agree. So me and my daughter's dad were talking about first date thing, like who pays on the first date, and he told me some really like disturbing things. He was like, if he's not feeling the girl on the first date, she's got to pay for herself. So, okay, so what you're telling me is, say I'm this girl now, because he never did this to me, thank God. But say I'm this girl now, yeah. So, we're on this date. You thought I was one way. You thought I was lit. You thought my personality was going to be banging. Turns out I'm dry, innit? I'm a dry bitch. Such as life. There's dry bitches in life. What can you do? You decide to take a dry bitch out on a date. You didn't analyse her personality before, you know. So that's you. You flopped, innit? Now you're saying she's got to pay for herself. I'm just imagining I'm this dry bitch. So I've picked an outfit, I've done my hair, I've done my makeup. Like I sat here, I struggled to do a silver cut crease. And for this date, because I'm going out with this guy and I'm really like excited, we're gonna get to know each other. You never know, he could be the one. And then at the end of the date, he just pays for himself. I don't even know what I would do. I actually don't know what I would do. Now, my mum always taught me, like, you don't go anywhere if you don't have money to pay for yourself, even if the other person says they're going to pay. Because say something happens to them, they start acting booky, they get robbed, their purse gets robbed, they lose their wallet, their card gets declined. You're now in a very sticky situation if you didn't bring money to pay for yourself in it. So I just would never ever put myself in that kind of situation. I'll always go with money. And if I don't have money for the establishment that we're going to, I'm rather not coming on your date, you know. It's just the way the thing's set in it. I'm not going to embarrass myself. And now I have to pay for my... I'll be so vexed. Oh my days. Do you know how vexed I would be pissed? I'd be pissed. I'd be so pissed. There's no... How are you... What am I? What am I? Is really my question in life. Where am I going with my life? What direction is there in my life if I've been invited out on a date and I now have to pay for myself? Like what? Don't get me wrong, I'll have the money to pay for myself because no one's going to embarrass me or show me up. But what? This is not a date. We came out as friends. Don't ever do this again. Let me know before. Like, I'll be so vexed. If that is any male's intentions with me, you better just let me know before we go on this date. So I can be prepared to pay for my damn self. Like, what is that? What is that? What kind of man are you? But you just take that L because you judged this girl wrong. Now you have to pay for her food. Take that L. Hold that L. You will take worse L's in life, trust me. So to pay for this with this dry girl's date is really not that deep, you know. It's mad that guys think like this as well, which I think is sad. You know, like when you want to have hope and faith in males, that they're not all waste mans, they're not all douches, but like a lot of them are just showing themselves to be these kind of guys. That's why it never worked between us. How can you have that perspective on life and I didn't know? And now we have a child together. That's insane. Okay, so I feel like I've kind of fixed this. We're not going for equality here, guys. There is no equality between these eyes. They're at two different parties. They're at two different raves. They're at two different events. It's cool though, because we're just going to bring them together with the glitter, because you can hide a multitude of all sins with glitter. Wet n Wild Colour Icon glitter in the colour Spiked. It's basically a silver glitter. I've got some duo on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take this nice little brush. I like this brush. I really like this brush. The brush I use for my concealer. And I'm just going to use this to paint my cut crease area with glue, and then we're going to stick glitter on it. And you kind of want to work a little bit fast with this, because as soon as the glue touches your skin, it will start to get tacky, simply because I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to do my other one. But yeah, back to backtrack. We took a break while I did my foundation, because I feel like this, see what I'm doing right now? This bit is long and unnecessary. I do it in every single video, and it doesn't need an explanation. You put the concealer under your eye, you blend it out, boom. Set it with powder, you bob's your uncle, fanny's your aunt. Yeah, so a big thing that the guys were like really putting forward is like, I plucked up the courage. You know how much of a big deal it is to propose to a girl, rare. But like, at the same time, yeah, okay, we understand it's like a big deal and whatever, but you can't do something like that if you haven't discussed it first. Like, you actually just can't. That's a big deal. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't date people that I don't intend to marry. Like, if we're dating, it's not going to get very serious. It's not going to get serious enough for you to ask me to marry you if I don't feel like I want to marry you, in it. Like, it's not going to do that. I'm dating with the intention of getting married. I'm not just out here dating people. Some people just like being in relationships. They just float from relationship to relationship. And like I said before, I'm not judgmental like that. If that's what you like to do, do you, in it. But really and truly, you should be letting people know that that's your intention from the get. So you don't end up in a situation where Donnie proposes to you and you're like, nah, G, it's not that, you know. Like, you're just my boyfriend. That's awkward. You just saved yourself from being in that situation by letting a nigga know straight off the bat. Like, and let him know that's not what it is. Like, this is not a marriage thing, or this is a marriage thing. Even you have to let guys know, because some guys will have you in a relationship for time with no intention of marrying you, because some guys are like that too. Some guys are just about this dating life, don't know why they're dating, where this dating is gonna end up. They're just dating. There's no end to this dating situation. It's just gonna go on forever. So you have to, I feel like it's something you have to discuss. You don't even have to be like really deep in a relationship to discuss it. It's nice to share what your future plans are with your other half, that kind of thing. Like, you guys should be wanting to do the same thing. You cannot enter a relationship with somebody who wants to be a famous pop star, but you want to be low-key for the rest of your life. That's something you need to know when you enter the relationship, because then when they start doing extra stuff so they can get fame, you can't feel a way about it if you know that's what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? If you know that's their goals in life. If you're with a girl and you don't agree with her path in life and she has no intention on changing that, then you can't stay with her and get mad. And I feel like in order to avoid a situation where somebody's proposing and the other person is not on it, you just have the conversation. Like I said about the ships thing, like, communication is so key. I only feel like you could end up in a situation like this if you guys aren't communicating properly. If you aren't communicating properly, why the hell is this boy thinking about marrying you? What drugs is he smoking? You cannot marry somebody if you don't know their intentions. If you don't know for sure that they want to marry you. That's too risky. It's way too risky. And also, if you want to marry somebody as well, and you really believe that that person is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, if they tell you, no, I'm not ready, you should be willing to wait. If they say, no, I don't want to, completely different situation. If they say, no, I don't want to get married, or no, I don't want to marry you, or if they say, I don't really know about marriage, it's clear they're not on it. You know, they're not here for this marriage thing. But if they're saying, I don't really know if I'm ready to do that right now, like, you guys should be able to talk to each other. Like, I'm scared, marriage is something I'm nervous about. Like, in the day and age that we're growing up, there's a lot of people that come from single parent families, so they don't know what a marriage unit looks like. Do you know what I mean? And if you haven't grown up in a household, or you haven't grown up around healthy relationships, healthy marriages, long-lasting healthy marriages, you may be a bit scared to get married, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's something you should be able to discuss with your partner, or else y'all can't get married. If you cannot talk to this guy about your past, future, and your present, you don't have a future with him. You really don't. Because you need to be able to communicate with him and trust that he's not going to judge you. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is so important. It's so key. You'll solve so many problems before they even become problems if you have good communication with your partner. Seriously. You guys can sit and talk about things without it becoming a big, huge deal, and without it becoming an argument and whatnot. Because life doesn't have to be like that. Some people just like drama. Life doesn't have to be full of drama. I'm going to bronze today, but instead of using a contour brush, I'm going to use my blush brush. And I haven't tried this before, but we're going to try it today. I usually bronze around my forehead, but since I've been wearing this frontal, I feel like I just end up bronzing my hair. This frontal kind of like makes my forehead looks smaller anyway, so I don't really need to bronze it. Not that I have a big forehead in the first place, but you know, I just like to have that warmth up there on my forehead, because sometimes when you've highlighted and contoured it and stuff, you can start to look a bit ashy up there. And I like to bronze around here where my highlight is, just to blend all that together, because you don't want like a really strong line of demarcation. I'm going to contour with another MUA single eyeshadow, and this one is in the colour Chestnut. Take a tiny bit of that on a contour brush, because this shade is very pigmented. For blush, I've bought my Black Up blush in the colour 06. I love this blush because it's just so easy and like you can't go wrong with this blush. It's beautiful orange blush. Yes. Alright, so we're going to go in. We're going to finish these eyes. Liquid liner, and I'm going to line my lids.
Say no more, funny I don't fit in with the same sort. Girl, all we do is them fat sticks of that dank cess. Cash in on them bank checks. These classics are like assets. Hear my ad-libs round the atlas. Like even when I'm at rest, I don't even feel like I'm at best. I figured that I chased that dream, and I don't want any time wasted, so we gotta make them see.
I keep my head in the clouds, and they ain't bringing me down. It's only making me stronger. So I'm gonna try harder.
You can feel it in your belly, you can feel it in the air. Let the music take control.
Okay, one other thing. So obviously Lucas made this statement. Sorry about all this mess that you guys can see. Obviously, like I've got my mirror and this is where I keep all my makeup while I'm filming. So Lucas made a statement about like obviously you guys want men to be men. Obviously we are the captain. The man brings the ship. Rare, rare, rare. And how can you say that you want a man to be a captain, but when he's saying come let me steer the ship, you're saying I'm not ready for you to steer the ship? That's actually okay. Why is that a problem? Why is it a problem for as a woman for you to be like, do you know what? I don't know if I'm ready to fully give my decision-making power over to somebody else to contribute. We go from being, and if you grow up in an African household, you'll know, you go from your parents decide absolutely everything to then you get your own independence and your own freedom. Some people like that. Some people want to enjoy that. And I don't know if there's anything wrong with wanting to have that and enjoy that whilst you're in a relationship with somebody, especially if you know that that's the person you want to share the rest of your life with. Why is that such a big issue that you don't want to relinquish all control of your decision making over to a male? Like, if you're not ready to do that just then it's good to let the person know and they should respect that. Because at the end of the day, when you get into a relationship and he's saying things like, well, I don't feel like you should be raving, and you're like, but I stay raving, that's now going to become a problem between you guys. Like loads of other things that he's going to want an opinion on that you're not ready for him to have an opinion on, that he never needed to have an opinion on when you guys weren't married. You're going to have an issue with his opinions on these things. I want to move to Kent. Yeah, well, I want to live in London. You're going to have an issue with these things if you're not ready to give over half of your control. Because when you get married to somebody, you give them half and they give you half. That's just how it is. So if you're not ready to give up your half yet, you're not ready to get married. And I feel like you should be able to tell the person that you intend to spend the rest of your life with that you're not ready to get married yet. Like I don't see what's the problem with that. And I don't understand why Lucas has such a hard time understanding that. Just because you feel like that in that time doesn't mean you're going to always feel like that. Doesn't mean he should jump off the boat, abandoning the whole ship, the relationship, and set sail for another bitch. It doesn't mean that. I don't feel like it means that. Obviously, each their own, everyone has their own opinion in it. So, to round up that little back chat gossip sesh, I'm going to start highlighting. Yo, at first I wasn't sure about this eye look, but I'm feeling it. It looks cute. Alright, so for lips, we're going to take the MUA Luxe thing, liquid lipstick situation in the colour Kooky, and our LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Pigment Gloss in the colour Iconic. I forgot how much I like this lip colour. Let me slick my edges. I'll be right back. Hey guys! So I just finished and I really like it. I'm actually really surprised with how it turned out. Halfway through this video you guys saw I started losing faith in it, but you know you just have to stick in there to the end. I'm really sorry, but I cannot stop looking at my nose. Like, I snatched it to white girl level. Like, I'm kind of gassed. Never ever seen it look like this before. It's an interesting change. I decided to do a middle part because I haven't done a middle part yet with this hair, and I think I like it. I think it's cute. The only thing is, this hair isn't the greatest hair I've ever tried in my life from AliExpress. So unless I style it, like I actually curl it or I actually straighten it, it doesn't really look cute, just brushed out. Like it's quite tangly. I was actually gonna do a review on it as well, but I just feel like the company will hate me. There's no point in me giving a whole video dedicated to some hair that I don't even really like. But it works for what I'm trying to go for right now. So yes, obviously you guys know that an offensive highlight is just my style. You know my style. We've got like an ombre lip situation going on here as well. And then obviously our glitter that hides a multitude of sins. Like I'm feeling like Naomi Campbell. Like, am I giving you Naomi Campbell right now? But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I want to see thumbs, guys. I want to see thumbs on the videos. I want to know how you guys feel about it. I know a lot of you guys watch these videos and you don't comment. If you don't want to comment, you don't want to leave a comment, just give it a thumbs up so I know that you're feeling it. A lot more glitter looks to come. I told you guys we're doing Christmas glitter madness. I'm going to have to start getting more than one video up a week because I just don't feel we're going to fit all these in by Christmas if I do one each week. This is a buff on a budget technically, but I'm not gonna do this I'm not gonna do this as a buff on a budget look just because I've already uploaded one this week and I didn't really think there'd be any point. Yep, all my social medias will be down below and the music that's also been featured in this video, you'll be able to find it down below in the description box. Thank you so much for rocking with me, guys, and supporting my channel. I actually really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
My head in the clouds, and they ain't bringing me down. It's only making me stronger. So I'm gonna try harder.
You can feel it in your belly, you can feel it in the air. Let the music take control. We're about to turn it up again. Turn it up again. We're about to turn it up in here. Causing murder till it's feeling like I'm furnished. It's on as soon as the bass goes.